That's the 3 degrees in the year of decision, and we've got a year of decision. We've got an hour and a half of decision here left on the Grumpy Old Man on a Saturday morning. I must say good morning to Dave as well, Dave Clifton. I think he's listening in this morning. Albeit that he's going back up to Spain very shortly, so be careful though where you go there. Don't go anywhere near Catalonia, Barcelona and that, because it could be quite dangerous there, really, So, and Bob is looking at the cattle at the moment. It's an amazing little studio. Actually, he brought his other half in as well, his wife into the studio. Perhaps she'll be listening to the show.
She's still in bed.
Oh, okay. If you didn't hear that, listener, which you probably didn't, because he's not anywhere near his microphone, but she's still in bed, so...
Fast asleep.
Fast asleep, yes. So, well, there you go.
What is that new gadget we got in the studio up there? Is it some sort of cylindrical thing sitting on a shelf with a blue light on?
Oh, that's
what is
a
it?
Fridge.
Is it a fridge?
Well, it could be.
It's a bit space age, isn't it?
Could be. Or it might be. Well, we will investigate later on.
It looks a little like an alien egg.
I wonder where that appeared from.
Yeah, I don't know, but it smells in the studio now of tomato sauce. So
I wonder why.
I suppose
but look at that work of art. Don't you think that's a work of art?
I think it's a face photo coming up at the moment.
A white paper plate with a smudge of tomato ketchup and a sachet.
Actually, that brings me round to somebody when we were talking. Was it true we were talking about it or not? About the adverts for female things on the television, and in fact they're now going to use red instead of blue water.
Body form.
Is it?
Body form, is it called? I think so.
I really don't know.
There was an awful debate about this on Radio 1 the other lunchtime, where a woman was dead against it, and she said, well, you don't show a baby's nappy with yellow diarrhea on it, do you?
You do in my granddaughter's house.
I mean, what a debate to have on Radio 1, let alone Grumpy's.
Son,
Yeah, why are we proliferating it? Just move on.
Yes, let's move on. What about, we've got to congratulate the England under-17s football team, who are playing this afternoon in Calcutta in the final of the World Cup.
So they're going to lose?
No, they won't lose. They beat Brazil in the semis. They're playing Spain this afternoon.
Immaterial. They're going to lose.
Well,
right?
the under-20s won the World Cup in their age group.
It doesn't matter. They're going to lose. Okay.
No,
that is not the attitude.
No, it's terrible.
Of course it is.
Shocking attitude.
I thought you were a loyal British citizen, and you would support your country at any point, at any time, under any circumstances.
Oh, yes.
In sporting endeavour, of course.
Well, yes, but the trouble is, we invent all these games and then we can't play them properly and all this. Cricket.
Well, the kids can. The kids are. It's the fact they don't get the opportunity to play in the first teams that often.
They're doing very well at the moment, and particularly like the English football team. I mean, they're doing a great job, and I think we should give them unreserved support.
Yeah.
The English football team?
Yeah, English female football team.
Oh, no.
Female football team?
Yeah.
Well, that's now sexist because, you disagree with me over the firemen and firewomen, and they've got to be called firefighters or whatever. Why aren't they just called footballers, the England footballers team?
Because it's the England...
Whether it's male or female.
Because you won't know which one it is.
Because there's two England teams, one is male and one is female, and it's a way of describing...
There's two sorts of firemen as well, a fireman and a firewoman.
No, they're very firefighters.
Fire people.
And a footballer, male or female, is a footballer.
I agree with you.
A football man or a football woman.
Yeah, and you have footballers that play for the ladies' team, and you've got footballers that play for the men's team.
Yeah, footballers.
Footballers, I agree.
So why don't we call it the English footballers
You're
team?
just annoyed because I'm not arguing with you, aren't you?
I'm not annoyed at all.
I paid for this argument.
No, I'm
this
not.
This is a 5-minute argument.
It was only a 6-minute one. Yeah.
Try them up.
Okay.
You've used your money.
Okay. This, again...
Negamanchetti drives me mad.
Amuses me, because the government have announced that little outs will now face on-the-spot fines of up to £150,000, which is almost double the current limit.
Who said this?
The government. From April next year, why April next year? Why not the 1st of November? Yeah. The biggest fixed penalty councils can hand out to people dropping litter or throwing rubbish from cars will rise from £80 to £150. And the minimum fine increases from 50 to 65, while the default fine goes up from 75 to 100. Town halls will also be able to impose fines on the owners of vehicles from which litter was thrown, even if it was discarded by someone else. That's that's all very well, but how is it policed?
Well, exactly right. Exactly.
I also think there ought to be a little bit of common sense coming to this. There's two types of litter. There's non-biodegradable and biodegradable.
Yes, because somebody got done for throwing an apple core out, which is biodegradable.
Yes.
He got done 100 quid for that or something.
Cherry pip.
A cherry pip or something of that nature, which is it's silly really, because these things are just biodegradable. It actually means you can't feed the ducks.
Well, you're not meant to do that.
Bread.
You're not meant to, are you? Because the bread expands within them.
Yeah, but they like it.
I know they do.
Ducks are very, very. I
like ducks. You like ducks?
I think they're lovely things.
Cooked to perfection.
Well, that as well.
Sauce,
ducks are nice. Geese are thoroughly unpleasant.
Oh, aren't they just? Yes, those Canadian geese.
Oh, yeah.
We're slipping off, gentlemen, from the fact of this business of throwing litter. I mean, Alan has expounded the fact that there's two sorts: biodegradable and degradable. So you chuck a load of stuff out of your car which is biodegradable, you're not going to be fined.
No, you're feeding the birds.
But
you're not going to be fined.
Throw stuff. Well,
is that what they're saying
to Alan? No.
Right.
He's come up with this thing this year about biodegradable and degradable. So you throw out a half-eaten sandwich in a cardboard box. Are you going to charge? Is that because the cardboard box isn't biodegradable? Or plastic box, isn't biodegradable?
If it's in a plastic box, mate, you mustn't throw it out the car.
Well, there you go. But what's about the inside of it?
There's a good point to this, because surely if you throw out something that's biodegradable and they nick you for that, you've got a defence, have you not?
No, because you're still throwing out litter.
It's probably unpleasant, isn't it? I suppose if you threw human excrement out of a window, that's biodegradable, but
in some cases,
it's very unpleasant.
Yeah, but I sorry.
Think about it.
I got a smile because I went up to our local co-op supermarket on the estate the other day, and I parked alongside a guy, and this guy, youngish sort of fellow, but he sort of pulled up in his car beside me, and he got out, and then he walked straight over to the litter bin and put a load of litter from his car into the litter bin. And, I nearly went over to the guy and said, thank you for doing that, because so many people, you see them, they open their car door and they empty their ashtray.
Oh, isn't it disgusting?
Right beside the car door, and it's filthy.
And cigarette tips are not biodegradable.
I think they're the most horrific things in this world. An ashtray, a filthy used ashtray, I think is foul to look at.
It's foul to smell as well.
Isn't it? Yeah.
They're
one of my pet hates. Is ashtrays.
I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, that's why I'm glad now that we don't. People don't smoke too much in many places. So.
And then you get these people that smoke in their cars, and it's all overflowing the central console, isn't it? Oh, is it?
When you look at some people's cars, probably like Mr. Mallyon's at the moment. There'll be Coke cans and rubbish sacks in there.
Mine's very tidy. I keep my car tidy.
You keep your car washed as well, don't you?
Well, I can, but then it rains.
I mean,
rains sand.
I've never seen your car really look as if it's sort of been through a rally or anything like that. I mean, I love my car when it's looks like it's been working. It's got
we got really annoyed about it.
On it and that.
When we came back in 1972 from our grand tour of 15 countries, we got to Yugoslavia, and it got all this grub all over the minibus, and people written their names on it, and well wishes and all this, and it looked really good. And some little likes went and washed the damn thing while we was in a restaurant, and then came in and tried to get money out of us. So we stopped at a lay-by where there was a big puddle that threw mud at it, but it never looked quite the same.
It doesn't, does it? No.
No, you can't mock it up.
There we go.
These little likes were showing a degree of entrepreneurial spirit in a country that actually is so poor that's actually regarded as quite a secure position to actually find a place where you can go and clean tourist car park cars. So they're not likes, they're hard-working young people.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. They were probably Bosnian Serbs or something,
Well, yeah,
that's what they probably became.
You'll be able to hear that. I mean, anyway, the whole point that I'm making really is that all right, the government is going to double the amount for fines. Why not to put it up to £5,000, you know, because it's
not going to nick anybody, are
not
they?
going to be nicked, you know.
Well, it's like driving in the middle lane on the motorway. How many people get nicked for that?
No, what will happen is some poor single mother will get done, £150 because
little Johnny's thrown out
little Johnny's thrown one of his toys out the pram. Because it'll be a
jobsworth.
It'll be a jobsworth that will do it. You know, whereas a bunch of scallywag teenagers throwing litter all over the place won't get caught because they'll just put two fingers up and run off.
Yeah, probably be in a car park managed by Napier Parking up at Willen Lake or somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Bluffield, you really have annoyed me there, just saying, because you said all the people that travel in the middle lane. Well, there's no such thing as a middle lane.
Centre lane, of course there is.
No, there isn't. It's just lane 2.
Yes, but it's still a middle lane when you're on the 3-lane motorway.
It's just not. It's just not. They are known as lane 1, 2 and 3.
Yes, but you
No, it's not a yes button or...
Yes, there is.
Which is the middle one on the 4-lane carriageway?
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah,
you
see,
haven't you?
It's lane 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah, so fundamentally...
Mike, if it could be 2 lane...
Look, Mike is right. Stop digging yourself a hole, man.
You're right, Mike. I do take my punishment.
Well, you like a man,
but I'm not going to slap me again.
Well, only when the microphone's down, because I don't want the listener hearing you screaming. And I think you're enjoying it.
And Mike, you haven't got time to dress in your gear anyway.
No, well, we listen, you did say this morning, just before we came on air, I must admit, about appendages. I'm going to use that word rather than little sausages, because that's what you said, didn't you? You said we're not going to discuss Mike's little sausage.
I think we're going on dodgy ground.
No. This is the sausage. Alan.
This programme is digging more holes than you'd find in a piece of chicken wire.
Mike's polka.
Or listen, it's going to be Halloween, isn't it?
God!
I absolutely detest it.
They never come round to us. We turn our lights off.
Oh, these little kids knocking on the door.
I love
trick or treat,
Also smash your face in.
I absolutely love it.
Do you? Oh, no.
I'll tell you why I love it, because it's a religious festival
it's pagan.
Well, pagan's a religion.
I thought it was anti-religion.
It's not a religious festival, it's pagan. Mike, do you realise just how silly that statement is? Look, of course it's a pagan festival, and I love it. I absolutely love it. There seems to be a cross faith, because Christians, Muslims, Jewish people, all their kids, don't matter what religion they are, they all get involved in this pagan celebration.
It's only because they're trying to gain from it. Financially or sweet-wise.
Well, the only people that see the gain from it are the manufacturers of silly costumes.
Don't they just?
And the people that grow pumpkins. But I actually think it's wonderful.
It's an American thing,
it brings all these religious cults